Don Quixote is a renowned novel written by Miguel de Cervantes and published in two parts, in 1605 and 1615. It follows the adventures of a middle-aged nobleman named Alonso Quixano, who becomes obsessed with chivalry books and decides to become a knight-errant under the name Don Quixote. Here is a 5,000-word summary of the novel. The novel begins by introducing Alonso Quixano, an avid reader of chivalry books. Consumed by his reading, he loses his sanity and transforms himself into Don Quixote, a knight who aims to revive chivalry and defend the helpless. He recruits a simple farmer named Sancho Panza as his loyal squire. Don Quixote embarks on his first adventure, encountering windmills that he perceives as giants. He charges at them but is defeated, leading to ridicule from those who witness his bizarre actions. Undeterred, Don Quixote justifies his actions by claiming that he sees the world differently due to enchantments. As Don Quixote continues his quest, he encounters various characters and engages in comical and often absurd adventures. He mistakes inns for castles, shepherds for armies, and innkeepers for lords. Sancho Panza, despite his skepticism, remains devoted to Don Quixote, hoping for the promised rewards. Throughout their journey, Don Quixote and Sancho Panza encounter a range of characters, each with their own stories and quirks. These encounters include a battle with a group of merchants, an encounter with a band of galley slaves, and a dispute over a young woman's virtue. Don Quixote's adventures become known, and he gains a reputation. People either mock or admire him, leading to situations that further test his delusional mindset. Despite the setbacks and the real-world consequences of his actions, Don Quixote remains steadfast in his belief of being a knight-errant. The second part of the novel starts with an encounter between Don Quixote and characters who have read the first part, including a scholar named Sanson Carrasco. Aware of Don Quixote's delusions, Carrasco hatches a plan to trick Don Quixote into returning home by challenging him to a battle he cannot win. Don Quixote's adventures continue, but this time the tone shifts to self-awareness and meta-commentary. Cervantes includes more intricate storytelling and explores themes such as the power of imagination, the influence of literature, and the nature of truth and perception. Don Quixote faces further challenges and engages in various misadventures. He encounters a duke and duchess who play tricks on him, stages a battle between two opposing armies of puppets, and participates in a series of farcical incidents. Throughout the novel, Cervantes delves into the psychology of Don Quixote, exploring the nature of his madness and the effect it has on those around him. The novel blurs the lines between reality and illusion, raising questions about the nature of sanity and the power of perception. In the final chapters, Don Quixote falls ill and renounces his knightly adventures. He regains his sanity, denounces the chivalry books that influenced him, and dies as Alonso Quixano. The novel concludes with a melancholic reflection on the power of imagination and the impact of Don Quixote's madness. Don Quixote is often regarded as a masterpiece of world literature. It is a rich and complex work that combines comedy, adventure, and profound introspection. Cervantes weaves together themes of idealism, disillusionment, and the human capacity for imagination, creating